How does changing the requirement about union membership save state money?
In terms of that, it ultimately saves state workers who choose not to be a part of that money. So it's one more option, it's one more flexibility they have if they choose to invoke that to offset the premium contribution increases and the contribution to the pension system.
So there's no fiscal impact in the budget?
It's all integrated, it's tied together in terms of budget.
Why should it be any different for police, fire, state inspectors? Why should union rights be any different for any of them?
Currently, we've got a long-standing tradition when it comes to fire and police service in the state of Wisconsin. The statutes are very different when it comes to a whole series of rights and responsibilities, everything from retirement all the way through. The other part is we have contingency plans to account. We don't expect this. I learned from county government in the past when it comes to emergency government and other factions, you prepare for the worst and you hope for the best. I hope and expect the best out of this. But I have contingency plans that we've been working on for months. That we prepare for related to this or anything else. We have plans to cover the state services that we provide. Those are things I don't want to take any chances on at the state, or excuse me, at the local level, and that's why it's imperative that we don't have changes when it comes to fire and police service.
Why not people like prison guards still fall into the same type of category as
and also the difference is I can account in my contingency plans for the actions that would take place in the state prison. I don't have the ability to do that at the local level when it comes to fire and police.
What are those contingency plans, Governor? If there is some sort of the union leaders have been talking about the possibility of job actions, which could be strike?
Well, for us, the bottom line is, let me be clear, I think there's a tremendous gap of difference between a handful of union leaders at the state level and the vast, vast majority of professionals who work day in and day out at state government as employees of the state government. I would expect that when they get beyond the rhetoric, they may hear from some. And in the end, when they look at what's actually in this measure, and the fact that, well, they'll be asked, just like everybody else in state government, will be asked to make modest contributions for pension and health care benefits. That in the end, when they look at things, and I've heard plenty of complaints even before taking office about furloughs, about layoffs, about other issues that tremendously irked our state employees, those do not continue under my biennial budget. And I think they look at the totality of this, and that to avoid massive layoffs, we're making modest changes in terms of what we expect from all of our employees at the state level, represented or not. I think there will be some in the union leadership at the state level who will be upset and will try and incite those individuals, but I have every confidence that the professionals who showed up yesterday and today will continue to show up. Because they understand that the choices we're making are to offset choices that I think are less positive being made in other states. New York, California, other states are looking at massive reductions that will cause layoffs of state employees, that will cause massive devastation of local governments and employees all across the board, from teachers to firefighters to police officers across the board. I think when people look at what we're offering, they'll view that as a much more viable alternative.
What do you say that you talk about contingency when talking about the National Guard? Are they on alert?
We have in state government, we've had, before I've taken office, plans for contingencies no matter what the circumstances. We have updated those. I've got a full briefing from all the major level 1 state agencies as well as the National Guard yesterday. We are fully prepared and equipped to handle whatever may occur. So we have every confidence we can move forward on that. But again, you plan for the worst, you expect the best. And I expect from the good men and women who work for state and local government that they're going to continue to do the good professional job they do each and every day.
Are they on notice?
They are prepared, just like they are prepared at any point for responding to whatever the governor, their commander-in-chief might call for. We're fully prepared for that. They're not called up at this point, and we obviously have a whole series of circumstances that would lead to that. I'm not anticipating that. I'm not expecting that. But I want to make everyone certain in the state that I'm fully prepared for whatever.